Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. I'm your host Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and welcome back to another episode of the Silver Boys Podcast. Alrighty, Kyle, we are
Yo.
we are officially in the NBA off season. We are officially in free agency, and we had those big trades last week with LaMelo Ball and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and things have just amplified since then. The Hornets with another trade and trading Miles Bridges, a 2029 first round pick, a 2027 second rounder to the Suns for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a 2033 first round pick.
I mean, that's a even shout out to Charlotte for just trying to buffer everything after, getting rid of, your franchise player essentially. But I think they have faith in Con Knipple to take them, places. I think as
Mhm.
well too. So I think they're trying to build around him and Brandon Miller as well too. So I'm interested to see where this Hornet squad goes. I don't know if this puts them over anything, if it keeps them at the same level. But I don't think it necessarily drops them also, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. I guess it keeps them at the same level. Kind of funny to me how you basically have your best season in almost forever.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, you're just like, all right, well, let's trade LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges, our two cornerstone guys. But like you said, I guess it's because they trust in other guys in Conconnipple and Brandon Miller, who they feel like will be their next cornerstone guys and could possibly get them over the hump. But yeah, just very interesting how this team looked like they had a lot of promise. They just had a bad game against the Magic and got stomp rolled. But yeah, very curious to see where this is gonna go for the Hornets now.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to, as I always say, wait and see. But I like the point that you brought up though, because you're right. They did have their best season in a very long time, and then you just get rid of these guys. It's like you didn't even try and run it back. You know what I'm saying? So, I think there's still question marks, and a lot more question marks than I think answers though as well too. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah, no, like you said, we're just gonna have to wait and see and let the chips fall where they may when it comes to the Hornets. Um, Good news for the Knicks, still got Jose Alvarado coming back on a 3-year, $14 million deal. Isaiah Hartenstein signs a new 3-year deal to return to the Thunder. This deal now will bring his total earnings to 5 years, 134 million guaranteed.
Wow.
So well
Wow.
deserved. Well deserved for him. Um others. Andrew Wiggins intends to sign a 3-year, $64 million deal to stay with the Heat. So
Hmm.
that's big time right there. Shamit intends to sign a 4-year, $24 million deal to stay with the Knicks. Very key in that in the Knicks run to the championship. So another big pickup for the Knicks, which is something that we love to see. A big trade happened not too long ago with the Grizzlies trading Ja Morant to the Blazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Kyle, how do we feel about this one?
Ja Morant to Portland, definitely something that was out of left field because his draft stock just wasn't good. His value wasn't. It just we had a lot of questions, right? We honestly, I thought he really wouldn't go anywhere. To be quite honest with you, I thought he was gonna have like a year off or something like that, to where he had to really, you know what I'm saying, earn his name back and get, you know what I'm saying, get right again. But I'm happy for Portland. I'm happy for Ja. I'm really really happy for Ja. It's a good look. It's a young team as well too. They still got their vet with Dame. I'm interested to see how he will play off of Dame and how Dame will play off of him. He'll get to what I think this is just a revitalization of his career. Because there was a point in time we were talking about Ja, damn near top 10 player in the league. You know what I'm saying? And he was going at dudes, especially in closing moments. We seen Ja, you know what I'm saying, really step up to the plate and want the ball in his hands when the times got tough, essentially, right?
Right.
Um, So, but I think, like I just brought up, I think the most important thing with this one is to see how he's gonna play off the ball, because he's a very ball heavy player, ball dominant player, right? Um, so and then Scoot Henderson had just had so had himself a good year too. I thought he had himself a good look in the playoffs as well. Those first two games was good, and then the last two games. But this is just experience for Scoot. You know what I'm saying? And I love Scoot. I'm high on Scoot, so I'm really really interested to see. I think it's gonna be really important for Ja to just He's gonna have to get his 3-point percentage up, right? Like he need to be in the lab every day, because playing with somebody like Dame, who's gonna draw a lot of attention, will leave him open in certain places as well too. And then I think just having finding Dame, finding Scoot, finding even Robert Williams the third, like another dude who he just signed too for some bread, I think.
Hmm.
So I, I like this. I really, really do. Ain't nothing to do in Portland. It's not like he going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Even though Miami, they got that stuff on lock when it comes to that organization. But ain't nothing to do in Portland but ball, brother.
True, true indeed, true indeed. For Josh's standpoint, I do like this because, like you said, there's nothing for him to do, so he has to be laser focused. He does have to get his 3-point percentage up. You can't survive in this league without a three, unless you're an anomaly big man like a Robert Williams, like a Mitch Robinson, excuse me, someone that could just play above the rim but also be 7 foot, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yes, for Ja, I like this because it's a new scenery. It's going to be something, I believe that's going to be something better for him. He also has a lot of veteran leadership around there, so I think that's going to be good. For the Trailblazers, there's that now we have a lot of mouths to feed. So it's not just Dame, it's not just Scoot, it's not just Ja. We also have Drew Holiday. How does
Yes.
Denny where does Denny fit into this? Donovan Clingan is still there. So there's a lot of mouths that needs to be fed. So I'm very interested to see how the Blazers will be able to draw plays and map out certain things for all of these guys, and then also the minutes. How are the minutes going to look? How are the minutes distribution? When guys are going to be on and off? What are the lineups going to look like? So there's a lot of things to comb through here for the Blazers side, but I do like it for both, though. I think both can definitely coexist very well. So, but it's just a matter of Ja honestly just earning his respect back and earning his name back.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just in terms of like minutes and things of that nature, it'll be interesting to see like who like how like you just said how their coach will use all of these guys. But I don't we'll see, because there is like a lot of talent on that team. If you don't have the right coach, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be somebody else will come into that role, though, if this doesn't work out in these next like couple years, to where I think somebody can find a way to use that. So I think it I'm interested. I'm just interested. I'm really interested, man, because there's so many things that you could just realistically talk about. Because Drew Holiday too, like that's another one. How did I forget Drew Holiday, dude? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man, Drew Holiday's the man, bro. Obviously one of the best two-way players in the game in this generation, for sure. So yeah, that was like one of my biggest things because I'm like Drew Holiday just came off of having a good year, so and he already has to give the ball back to Dame, so now we have to give it to Dame and to Ja,
Yeah,
and like where does Drew fit into this equation? Also, like where does he fit in terms of does he come off the bench? Does he start? Like someone's gonna have to come. Like two of these guys are gonna have to come off the bench.
yeah.
So unless you're just gonna play a small lineup, which I wouldn't suggest to do that in the West, right? So
No, no, you can't
yeah,
have
no,
Denny at the five, bro.
exactly right. So yeah, no, it's gonna be very interesting to see how it goes. But Tiago Splitter, their head coach, has showed that he could do some things because he did good work with this last team in midst of all the turmoil that happened in the beginning of the season, especially.
And there's a really big opportunity to build culture right here, right now, too, with this
Mhm.
squad, with Tiago Splitter being there, despite all of that stuff that happened in the turmoil. Like, this is a whole new, it's essentially like a whole new organization, honestly. It really is to me. It really is.
Correct. Moving on, Kristaps Porzingis agrees to a 2-year, $40 million contract extension with the Warriors, so that's a good pickup for them. Um, Apparently, Jalen Durham wants out of Detroit, and plans to demand for a signing trade. At first, I was hearing the Kings. Then at one point, I heard the Lakers, and I'll tell you why the Lakers are off the table later on. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what in the world Jalen Duren and his team are doing, but I guess we'll just wait and see.
Yeah, that ain't it. There must be something going on behind the scenes because why would you not want to stay with that team? You know what I'm saying? Unless you just want more money,
Mm,
realistically speaking.
right, right. Yeah, I don't know. Out of all teams to demand a sign and trade to, the Kings.
You just want to go to LA, bro. That's all that is, bro.
Someone said that he got a taste of the playoffs and he said, "Yeah, nah, I'm good."
Yeah, he wasn't built for that for real.
The lights were bright.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yo, go send him to Charlotte or something. Dog. Yo.
Robert Williams, the third, agrees to a 3-year, $44 million contract extension to return with the Blazers. So another good pickup for the Blazers. So the Blazers are looking really good. They have a lot of good talent on that team. So I would say watch out for that team right now. LeBron will be moving on from the Lakers, so that's going to be pretty big. From what I heard, he is open to a minimum. So that pretty much leaves almost every team except for the Lakers and the Spurs in play. I'll tell you why for the Spurs a little later on as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the LeBron James sweepstakes can go from here because, like I said, everybody's in play now.
Everybody, like quite literally everybody. I mean, and he's gonna have his pick of the litter too. That's the thing. He's just gonna be able to just be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I'll go over there. Nah, I'll go over there. Oh,
Yeah,
wait a minute. Actually, maybe I'll just go back home to Cleveland. Nah, maybe I'll go play with Steph, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like, and it's crazy because I don't think we've ever really seen this to where like a dude truly has this a top player as a pick of the litter like that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah, so it's crazy to see. It's really like genuinely just crazy to see.
Somebody
So
gonna take his little 27-7 dog.
easy, easy, easy.
Right?
Yeah, easy, easy. And
He might not even have to get 20, dog. He could do
oh,
15-7-7.
he's gonna do like 15, 10, and 10 now. Like it's over. It's it's over.
And so he's not gonna
But
have that much pressure depending on where he goes as well, too. I think that's really a big thing that I think that he wants as well. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting more for the Lakers, in my opinion, as well, too.
but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what the Lakers did. We'll talk about that later. But
Ah,
the Clippers trade Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors, or trade them back to the Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, two unprotected first round picks in 2020 and 2031, 2033, a pick swap in 2027, and two second rounders in 2030 and 2033.
Let me ask you a question. And I think I already know your answer, but you think the Raptors gave up too much?
I've been trying to I've been struggling with this because it all depends. If Kawhi's healthy, then no. But if he gets hurt and he's hurt for an extended amount of time, then yes. That's really what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to his health.
Yeah.
Um so as of right now, I would say no. As of right now, they are indeed a one of the top contenders in the East, along with the Knicks. So it is a good pickup regardless, because it is
Hmm.
Kawhi. Like, let's not get it
Hmm.
twisted. Kawhi is Kawhi. He's that guy. But it all depends on his health. And as long as he stays healthy, then this Raptors team can definitely, I can see them back representing the East.
Yeah, and especially like depending on what goes on with like the Celtics and even Detroit, like we know what the Cavaliers are, we know what they're going to be. I think too. So it's like there is and then besides the Knicks, like that number two spot is open. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Feel it.
it, it really is. It really is. And if the Raptors, I think can you know, kind of like take what the Knicks did, use their bench like just as much as possible to take the load off of Kawhi, let Kawhi go crazy in the playoffs if they make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So, and like you said, it all depends on itself. I don't know why the Raptors would do this though. I really don't. I really don't. It's like you trying to rekindle an old flame for real. It's
That's what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels like.
like,
I
hey, haven't
think
seen you in a while. Try and link.
what you doing?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, bro. It's like, oh, all right. All right.
Yeah, but I would say is that they still do have a good squad, right? They still have Scotty Barnes, they still have Emmanuel Quickly, they still have RJ Barrett, so I
Yeah.
think they still have a Pirtle, so they still have a pretty good squad over there. So if they can fit Kawhi in, and if Kawhi can just stay healthy for majority of the regular season, and then after that hit the ground running in the playoffs, then they just might be okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so yeah, we'll definitely wait and see on that one. Other big signings we have Tim Hardaway Jr. going to the Heat on a 1 year deal. We have Keon Ellis on a 2 year, $18 million guaranteed deal to the Nets.
Okay.
Bogdanovich agrees to a 1 year deal with the Rockets. Marcus Smart agrees to a 2 year deal with the Rockets. Dean Wade agrees to a 4 year, $39 million deal to the 76ers.
Hmm.
John Collins agrees to a 3 year, $51 million deal to sign with the Pistons.
Like that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, if you could
Mhm.
get rid of Jalen During and you pick up John Collins, I'm happy with that. I really am.
That's not bad. Now you just need an actual big man because John Collins is
Yes.
more of your
Yeah.
he's more of a four, I would
Hmm.
say, but he can also play the three. Obviously, he's just tall
Yeah.
for three. But yeah, no, that's a really good signing for the Pistons. Norman Powell decides to leave the Heat and agrees to a 2 year, $45 million deal with the Bulls. So
Mm.
that is big. Nikola Vucevic decides to leave the Celtics and signs a 1 year deal to return back to the Magic.
What a crazy one. What a crazy one. I mean, people just going back home for real.
Yeah, a lot of guys are returning back to where everything started for them. So
And that's
that,
like I haven't ever really seen that happen like that, bro.
yeah, so it's kind of funny how all of this is starting to work out. Mike Conley Jr. signs a 1 year deal to go to the Celtics. Kind of seen that coming after LaMelo had landed in Minnesota.
Mhm.
Mo Wagner signs a 2 year, $19 million deal with the Nets. So
Okay.
that's a really good pickup right there. Mitchell Robinson agrees to a 3 year, $47.4 million deal with the Celtics.
And
Celtics
that's
needed
big
a
for the
big,
Celtics.
yeah, they needed a big man and they got their big man. And
Hmm.
obviously, playing against them a lot of times over the past, what is it, 8, 9 seasons that Mitchell has been with the Knicks, they obviously know what he can do and they obviously know how important he is. So that really is a good signing, especially with the fact that they just needed a big man. So
Hmm.
that is good stuff right there. The Lakers get Walker Kessler from the Jazz for unprotected first round picks in 2031 and 2033, and first round swaps in 2028 and 2030. And Kessler will sign a 4 year, $130 million deal, which includes a player option in the fourth season plus a full trade kicker.
4 year,
So
130.
yeah, yeah. Um, Lakers get their big man that they've been wanting. They've been wanting Walker Kessler for a while. A lot of teams have been wanting
Hmm.
Walker Kessler for a while, but the Jazz have just had a very big price on him. But Rob Pelinka somehow, some way got him. Losing on LeBron is actually doing wonders for them because not only did they sign Kessler, but they signed Mamo Feely, who agreed to a 4 year, $52 million deal with the Lakers. Quentin Grimes agrees to a 4 year, $60 million deal with the Lakers. Colin Sexton agrees to a 2 year, $19 million deal with the Lakers. So Rob Pelinka is over there. He's making things happen right now.
He's working, brother. He's working, and these are all names that can help out Luca in a big way. You know what I mean? In real big ways, along with AR as well too. Like that Walker Kessler one. Like you're right. Like that one really is that's crazy. Actually, like that one is wild to me.
Yeah, yeah. A big man that can run protect, a big man that can pick and roll with Luca. And
Yeah.
all the other guys that I named, and Mama K's Philly and Grimes, like those guys are. Grimes is a guy who can, he could shot create, and he could also spot up and shoot. Same with Mama K's Philly. Colin Sexton, another one who can break down a defense and get to his spots that he likes and get to the rim. Also, he could spot up and shoot as well. So Rob Pelinka, he's trying to build himself a nice team over there for Luca and Austin Reeves to capitalize on.
Yeah, because think about it too. Like, we were saying like they were missing about 40 points in some of these games. You know what I mean? Like this is where you're gonna make up for those points. Definitely.
Correct, correct. Especially with these guys, except for Walker Kessler, but these other guys, they have some type of playoff experience, so
Hmm.
they know what it's like to go a little deeper into the season, and they know what it's like to to have an expectation on into winning, especially being with
Yeah.
such a franchise in the Lakers. So
Hmm.
I actually really do like all of those pickups, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I do too, dog. I do too.
Yeah, yeah. Kelly Oubre signs a 2 year, $17 million deal with the Pacers, and Tobias Harris 2 years, 31 mil to the San Antonio Spurs.
As if they needed more weapons, dog.
San
Like
Antonio.
honestly, San Antonio just collecting dudes like the Infinity Gauntlet right now, yo. It's wild. Like think about what they were able to do in the draft, who they were able to go get to play around Wemby and whatnot, and then you add a dude that could just go get 20 to 30 a night for real.
Yeah, no, a good 15 and 20 a night is fire because the way he played in the playoffs this year, I knew that if Detroit wasn't gonna pay him, somebody good was gonna come and get him. That I know it was gonna be San Antonio? No. But I am happy for San Antonio because that is a really, really good pickup for them.
It is. I mean, it puts them. It puts them over. I mean, we knew what they beat OKC, but it's like as OKC is getting stronger, we see the Spurs getting stronger as well too.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. You just want to keep track, like keep pace with these guys in the West. And
right.
even the Lakers, like these teams in the West, they just keep up in the ante. Honestly, yo,
It's an arms race, bro.
it
That, that-
is.
that's that's basically what it is. It's literally just an arms race. Everybody's trying to, like you said, everyone's just trying to keep up with each other, and they're just trying to outdo each other and make sure that you know, if you got one, all right, cool, we get one too. Like there's just
Yup.
one of those things. So, the West is looking crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting too because it's like you bring in Tobias off the bench, right?
Right.
Right. So
Probably,
like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
probably. That's unless you move. Who would it be? That's unless you move, I guess, Vassell to the bench because you still have Fox and Castle. So you would, I guess, move Vassell to the bench if I don't know. We'll
Not
see.
Champagne, right?
Oh yeah, no, actually no. You could move Champagne to the
I
bench.
would,
Keep Vassell.
yeah, because at least you keep that height with Vassell, right?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then plus Vassell could do a little more. I think he's a
Yes.
better two-way player than Champagny. Champagny's more of a spot-up shooter. He could also play
Hmm.
a little bit of two-way, but I would trust Vassell more on the defensive side. I could trust him a little more with his offensive prowess too, because like I said, he could actually dribble and create for himself and others.
Hmm. Hmm.
So so yeah. That's something right there. Another thing. Draymond Green declined his $27.7 million player option to become a free agent. Not to say that he's gonna leave or anything, but this is to free up money for certain guys. So basically him declining his player option freed up money for Kristaps Porzingis to get his extension. This could
Mm.
also possibly bring in LeBron. Could this also maybe bring in a trade from Anthony Davis? I don't know. They would have to trade Jimmy Butler and a couple others for that to happen as well, because that has been a rumor for the Warriors. They would like to try to bring in Bron and Anthony Davis, but yeah,
I've
no,
been seeing, I saw that the Wizards aren't even listening to nobody for AD no more.
I don't blame them. I wouldn't listen to anybody either.
I mean, like honestly, why would you? Like, it's at least you get that out the way. Honestly, like early and fast.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
Also,
no, yeah, no. Like I wouldn't listen to anybody either because what they already have Trey Young. They just re-signed him, right? You have AJ Diabanta. You have all these other young guys that are coming in, that are really good. Yeah, so I don't see a reason why they would even want to listen to anybody unless someone has something astronomical for them. For
Exactly.
with
But I feel like them astronaut. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, where they would have to get another big man that is on the same level or above Bam. Excuse me, AD.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if Walker Kessler was still out there, that's a maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a maybe. But it's like,
Right.
and then that's really it. Maybe
Yeah.
Mitch, but it's like I'm taking AD's offense over Mitchell
Right.
for real.
Right.
You know?
Right. Because he's a legit two-way.
Exactly, exactly. He could play the five and he could play the four. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, those are everything that I named are like the big stuff, the big signings, big trades that have happened so far up to now.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, it's all about just waiting and seeing where Braun goes at this point. So any favor
Braun,
any
Braun, and Jalen Brown. Those are the last two I'm real interested in.
yes, Jalen Brown. Yeah, that one. Whew,
Taking
talk about
longer than I expected.
yeah, because they tried to sit there and say yeah, they tried to trade him for Giannis. That didn't go well. Then after that, everyone's calling in on him, and the Celtics were saying, "Yeah, we need 4 first round picks for him." Then after that, you have all these other unnamed guys in front offices talking about how he's the seventh best guy analytically on teams on a certain team or whatever. And it's like, where are we? Like what are we doing here? You're telling me a guy who 2 years ago just won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the NBA Finals MVP, and he's the seventh best player. I can't look at any team right now and be like, yes, he's the seventh best player. I can't do that. There's
Not
literally
even
no way in
close.
the world to do that. Talk about analytically. I don't
And
care
that's the
about
problem. That's the problem right there.
exactly, and I don't care about the analytics of it because at the end of the day, this guy over what the past 10 years has had the most wins in regular season and playoffs games combined.
And was carrying his teams, like teams, even when JT got hurt, and you know what I'm saying, for a whole season, like willed and carried his team there to somebody that will, like, you can put your trust in him as an organization. I like, honestly,
Right.
you
Right.
really really can. So to say he's the seventh best player analytically tells me that y'all ain't looking at certain things. Honestly,
Correct.
seventh, seventh.
Seventh best is crazy. It's insane to me. And then everyone's like, they're probably scared of him for off the court stuff. I'm like, well, off the court stuff. All he does is stream and give his opinion on things. Y'all are afraid of a man to give his opinions.
Apparently,
Like, like,
apparently.
like, like, what is this? The 1950s? Come on now, man. Like, get with the times, bro. Get with the times, man. And that's just been pissing me off because he's such a good player. He's one of my favorite players to watch because he gives it his all every night. Like there's no question about it. Like you said, like he carried, especially this year, he carried the Celtics team to a number 2 seed when nobody even expected them to be that high. Most people said at best they were a play-in team.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, just don't let him go to somebody like Charlotte or something, dude. Like, don't, like, I need, if he does, he either he stays with the Celtics or he needs to go to another, you know, mid-tier winning franchise. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah.
You know who I
Yeah.
wouldn't think would be a bad team, honestly, Cam? The
Mm.
Nuggets. I don't think that'd be a bad team for him to go to.
I can see that. I can see that.
They
I can
have,
see
and
them.
they also have the most. They have things that they can offer as well too to the Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard Jamal Murray's name in a trade scenario and another name, I think Cam Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. I heard those two names in a trade scenario, which would be pretty good in my opinion. But also, it, well, yeah, no, it would still be pretty good, even though that the Celtics just got Mike Conley. But I wouldn't be mad at
Or
that.
give him
At
like
that,
a Christian Braun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That too. Yeah, yeah.
Or who's the other dude with the headband? Oh, I forget his name. And
Bruce
I,
Brown.
Bruce Brown. I was about to say Bobby Brown. Bruce Brown. Yo. Yes, yes, Bruce Brown. I
It's
mean, like, so they to me, like, I like that team, and that was just one I just thought of. Like, I like that team at least the best in my opinion. Honestly,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because that would be pretty dope. Get Jalen Brown, and then if they're able to, I know they just put their pitch out there for LeBron, so if they could get a minimum on LeBron, that'd be pretty cool right there with him and Jokic. So,
exactly,
mhm.
exactly.
We're just gonna have to wait and see. But free agency is just getting started. Some of these deals, well, all of these deals for the most part won't get signed until July 6th. I know this weekend, summer league starts, so that is going to be fun as well. I don't think the Las Vegas summer league doesn't start until like next Thursday or something like that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you'll get the Utah and the Cali one definitely coming up this weekend for the 4th of July. So that one is going to be awesome to see. See some of these young guys try to get themselves on roster spots.
Mhm.
Whew. But that is our episode for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope everyone has a great 4th of July and can kick back, relax, and just watch some basketball, watch some World Cup games, and yeah, just eat well.
Eat well, stay safe. Nobody set off no illegal fireworks. You know how it
Yeah.
is. You know how it is for real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. 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 But till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you. Thank you.